Hello and welcome back to our channel. The new year started with big changes, a brand new kitchen, a move to the big house, and new renovation projects already underway. We've just uncovered an unexpected issue in the living room that we need to tackle quite quickly if we don't want it to turn into a bigger problem. At the same time, we're slowly getting ready for the spring by sowing our first seeds, even as January freezing temperature pushes us to get creative when it comes to protecting our more sensitive trees. And as if that wasn't enough, our donkeys decided to go on an unauthorized neighborhood adventure. So let's see how this week unfolded. Moving into the big house was a big step for us. We had gotten comfortable living in the little house despite the limited space and the lack of certain appliances. While our family was visiting for the new year, we stayed in the big house so there we could be enough space for everyone. After they left though, the big house, with its new kitchen, already felt like home, and moving back into the little, newly renovated house suddenly felt unnecessary. Of course, settling in came with its own challenges. Moving and cleaning wardrobes that hadn't been touched or moved in years was no easy task.
Oh, the self-opening doors.
While moving in, we started planning our next big renovation project. After a lot of debating, since there are so many rooms to choose from, we finally decided that the living room would be our next target. Of course, we had no idea what we were about to discover.
So now the kitchen is done, and the living room and the master bedroom upstairs is gonna be the next places to redo. Behind here is a giant brick and concrete chimney, and by my calculations, a lot of the weight of this chimney is resting on these pillars, and the wood is all rotted away, and it just feels like it's all gonna come down very soon. As well as I want this space free, so I think I'm going to remove the chimney in its entirety and just replace it with a insulated pipe going straight up and through the roof, and then I'll just make something around it so it looks nice, hopefully. But yeah, I've already started by putting these supports under the main beams here. I most likely need to find some smaller support beams to support this beam until I've removed the chimney completely, and then I can remove all this. I think I'm gonna start upstairs, removing everything around the chimney there to see how I will approach this. So up here you can see the fireplace that's right above. The support beams, the wooden beams I was talking about, are like here. If you measure from the wall to here, quite a lot of this seems to be quite solid, and I guess the chimney is a little behind this, or I'm not completely sure. It seems like a lot of work, but it will add a lot of space to the house, and it's just not really nice anymore, and I don't want a fireplace in here, so no real use. Seems to be quite old. I think this is like clay and horsehair or clay and straw. And then just more dirt. And then God knows what's behind it. Don't really know what's in which order to do all this. In the roof, this is all outside the insulation in the roof. Maybe the best step would be to just start on the roof. Start removing the chimney completely from the top down before doing any of this. I'm not quite sure. This definitely looks like original 1850s or 20s or something. Should I be removing this? Probably not, but really don't want to have it, so guess we might as well dive in.
Working on something you've never done before and questioning every single move while wondering if you're about to bring down the entire chimney in the living room is definitely not a very calming thought.
It would be so much easier just to leave all this alone and just make it look nice, but I really don't want it. I'm kind of trying to get myself in too deep, so I have to rip it all out. I was kind of trying to make a little hole here, get a good look inside, see what I'm working with. But then I'm a little worried about the weight of the chimney collapsing through here. So I figured I might as well try and get a sneak peek through here. I don't know if this will tell me anything. I can maybe take a look if we see something. Let me see. Do not drop the phone. Spiders. Okay. Pipe from the fireplace downstairs. The house is gonna be so dirty when all of this black charcoal or whatever you call it falls down when I remove this chimney. Here it looks like it's just this layer of dirt and then some bricks. Kind of feels like I do have to start on the roof and just slowly remove this chimney one brick at a time. Oh God. Yummy. Oh no, this chimney is huge. It's like double layered. Yeah, so there's a separate chimney for what was this fireplace, and a dividing wall to the other fireplace. And it's all resting on this beam down to the beams downstairs. Oh, this is so much.
But as we discovered all the work that still needs to be done, we also had some unexpected adventures. Our donkeys escaped. We found one of the fence posts on the ground and the donkeys roaming freely around the neighborhood. Thankfully, they didn't go too far, so we didn't have to call for outside help. But it was stressful enough for people who have never handled donkeys before, trying to catch these big animals while waving carrots to lure them back.
Cisco, Saxo. Kom strákar. Cisco, Saxo. Saxo.
The instant solution was to put the fence post back in place and dig it deep enough so we don't have surprises like this again. It's worth mentioning here that the donkeys have plenty of space and plenty of green to eat, but since the grass is always green on the other side, apparently their idea of a perfect diet includes a little neighborhood sightseeing.
Aslan är konstigt ut. Stöjer det ner.
But now it's time to head back inside and see how the living room and bedroom are coming along.
I need to put this on hold. I need to start by borrowing some scaffolding from someone. And I think I need to start on the roof and just disassemble the chimney top down all the way. But then I think I'm gonna start with this now. Removing this old window. I've already bought another one. I'm not completely sure. Like replacing just the window would be quite easy, but I think I might have to change this beam as well. Don't know about this one. It's probably fine. But yeah, let's remove the window and just start somewhere. Thankfully it was super easy to remove the window. And gonna check now if the new one fits alright, because I really did think it was mounted differently than just nailed into this wooden frame. And maybe there's some stuff I should do before. Maybe I should replace these. Or maybe not. I have to uncover them a little more to see. Definitely should replace this. Or part of it. Oh yeah, gonna test the window, see how it fits, to see what I'll do. Fits very nicely in. This beam here is completely eaten by Capricorns or some kind of wood-eating worms. Not much I'm gonna do about that. But here I'm thinking about cutting the wood out completely and putting the windowsill on the window and then cut out the corner so it comes all the way to there, and then probably just put some concrete under the windowsill. And then I guess the easiest way to mount the window will just to be, just to get some screws, screw it to the frame, just like it was. I don't think there's any need to complicate this. This was quite easy. compared to making a new window in the kitchen. Fully screwed in, it's all level. Screw it on the windowsill. And then I'll just come in later and fill it up with mortar. I think it's pretty good.
The projects both inside and outside the house never seemed to end. The herb garden project was put on hold a couple of months ago after the excavator blew a hose. Now that it's finally fixed, it's time to get back to work and resume the project.
Time for the herb garden. This project has been on hold since the digger blew the line, so I think it's time to get back into it. Not completely sure about the shape. Gonna start removing everything here and see how it looks. And this time I think I'll move a little bit of these stones move these by hand so I don't puncture another line trying to handle it with a digger directly.
At this point, we still haven't decided on the shape of the herb garden. First, the area needs to be cleared of stones so we can really see what we're working with.
I think someone should take my license away, if I had one. Another blown line. And again, probably my fault. I guess I was working too close to the digger itself. Oh, hello. Hi, Vicky. These are the neighbor's dogs. This one's very nice, but pretty sick, quite skinny. So, this is the third line, and this is the one, it's this one. So I don't remember which line I replaced the first time. It was either this one or this one. And now I'm gonna have to order some more line because I finished it for the other one. This one that I just replaced. Fun, 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 fun. Alright, I've ordered some new hoses for the digger. They'll be here in a few days. But now I'm just taking care of putting some soil around the roots of the vines that were here. There was 3 vines that the previous owner said gave some good grapes. So making sure to save them if we can. And I think we'll just put them back somewhere there and then have the herb garden in front.
January is really showing us what winter in the south of France can be like. Some days are surprisingly mild, warm enough that a hoodie is all you need when you are standing in the sun. But then, there are other days when the cold really settles in, both day and night. And that's when our plants need a bit of extra care. For a while now, we've had our most sensitive trees, like the avocado and citrus, wrapped in fleece. It's been enough to protect them during the coldest nights so far, but the forecast isn't looking great, so it's time to step things up and add another layer of protection. Luckily, we had a few spare blankets lying around, perfect for giving these trees the extra warmth they'll need to get through the cold spell. But once temperatures drop to around -10, protecting the trees becomes even more critical. And that's when we start getting a little creative. We're so desperate to save our avocado tree and our citrus trees that cannot stand too cold temperatures. And I've run out of candles. I've tried many things. I've tried to put several candles under every tree. I've tried to put warm bottles with hot water. And I'm running out of ideas. Last night was -10. That is apparently very unusual in our area. So now I'm gonna try and make something that might work. We'll see. So what I did, I already tried to do one, and let's see if that works. We're gonna check this out together. I just have some used vegetable oil that we have cooked with and we have saved, and I'm just gonna pour it some in a jar. And just because, like I said, I've used a lot of candles, I've got a lot of these bases from the candles left, so I decided to use those ones because they're very light and they will float. So I made a hole. I had a string that I poked through I poked a hole and put the string in, and now I'm just gonna dip it into the oil and just let it sit and just hope it doesn't drown. So the question is, will it work? I just tried this one and now I have to light it up. This will either work or we're gonna burn down the house. Let's try it. Well, that didn't work. Let's find something else. Let's try it with this sock. We actually threw it today because it was full of holes, and maybe this sock has another purpose in this life. A stripe of sock, will it work? Let's find out.
Testing the smoke alarm.
Yeah.
Wonder if the fleece will be like black in the morning if you do this.
It could be. But the tree will be warm. Night has fallen. Tea light candles, warm bottles and homemade oil candles are placed beneath our most sensitive trees to protect them through the night. Now all we can do is hope for the best and check on them again in the morning.
No more frost in the predictions. And a little bit of wind today and it has blown off the covers. And the trees seem to be doing alright. Doesn't look like these lemons are gonna turn into anything this year, but hopefully it will give something next year. So now I'm just gonna remove all the covers, put them away. We'll check if even the avocado survived.
As we slowly move closer to spring, our hands start itching to sow the first seeds indoors. Some may say it's crazy to start this early, but a little experimenting never hurts. So here we are, planting our first chilies and bell peppers of the season. Time really flies here on our farm. We're always keeping busy, even without 9 to 5 jobs. Right now, we're continuing work on renovating the house, staying warm, and patiently waiting for the return of brighter, warmer days. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.